Hi everyone, it's Michelle from Scrap Secrets, and in this video I want to go over a couple things. First is my Michaels haul. My second is Operation Right Home, and third is a different way to use the Inkadinkado Stampamajig. So first things first, I wanted to show you the paper that I got at Michaels. It was all 8 for $1, the ones that were originally 59 cents. And they do have a bunch of new patterns out, and I picked some up, so I just wanted to show you the new pattern ones. But this is the stack of paper that I bought. Pretty much all of the solid color ones I bought 16 of if they had them, and a couple of the patterns that I use a lot. And then the rest of them I bought in quantities of 8, except for the chipboard. They only had 6 of those, so I bought 6 of that. But that's the big paper stack. And let me show you some of the new designs that they had. This one is called Fall Leaves. You can see why. And then there's Purple Ditzy Floral. And a couple of these you'll see in the same pattern, but just in different colors. This one is called Real Sand. And I thought this is really cool. I've been on a couple different island trips lately. My sister got married on the beach, so I thought those would be really good for some scrapbook pages. Red diagonal stripes. How cool would this be for a tie for a Father's Day card? Like that, just has a little bit of the blue and tan with red in it. This one's really cool. Distressed multicolor. You can see. I just thought that'd be a cool background for a card. And here's the blue ditzy floral, like the purple one. Pink and white daisies. With the pink polka dots. Orange linen. It's just be really nice for like a sunset color. Orange and white daisies. Orange circle print. Blue wag pattern. That's cool. Blue pin dots. Turquoise tiles. I like that. I think that looks like the bottom of a pool. Or real nice, the walls at a spa or something. Really pretty. So definitely can use that for my vacation pictures. And real butterflies. I thought this one was really cool because it's so colorful. So those are some of the newer papers that I got from Michaels. Also, all of the Cuttlebug stuff was the Cuttlebug things, the folders, and I think it's Cricut stuff, and there was something else. We're all 50% off, and that's so rare because it usually goes to 30, maybe 40%, and you can't use your 50% coupons off of Cricut stuff. So when it's 50%, it's definitely worth getting. So I got these 2 Cuttlebug folders. This one is a thank you folder. Just has a bunch of the different sayings on it. Let's see if I can find out how much those were. They were $2.90. This one was $2.99, as well as this one, the Tiny Bubbles. That's $2.99. This one I've wanted for a while, but I just never got around to getting it. And I did break down and buy the C-plate, so I will let you guys know how this works. It was $5.49, so it's 50% off. So I thought for $5-6 bucks, it's fine. I also had a spend $25 and get $5 off, so I figured pretty much got the C-plate for free. So other things that I got, all of the punches were on sale. I believe it was 40%. And this one is, this was $9.59, and it came, yeah, it was $9.59 on sale. So I thought that was cute because I'll show you the cards that I did for Operation Right Home, and this would look really cute on the side, so I'm going to try it out if I make more. And then these punches were $1.99? $1.79. Down from $3.99. They were 55% off. So I thought the leaf would look really cute. You can make wreaths out of it. And then I have a smaller one that was in the dollar bin from Recollection. So this one's a little bit bigger. And then I also have a small circle one but I figured for, this is, I guess it's about an inch. It was at 5/8 in diameter. So I have a real small one that I use to punch holes in the sides of my mini album, but I thought this one would be cute, maybe for punching out sentiments or circles for the back of a card, or something like that. And then ink was on sale 50% off, so the Stays On ink, this is the black one, was $3.99. And then I used my 50% off Michael's coupon for the Scotch tape. There's two different kinds of ATG tape. One is the one that's just for general purposes, and one is the one that says acid free. This one I use when I'm making cards. So this is actually, the front is deceiving because it looks like the tape is white, but actually the tape is brown when you open it up. So at first I thought I was picking up the acid free one. So here's the one that I use for when I make cards, and then here's the tape that I use when I make scrapbook pages and anything with pictures on it, because this is acid free and this is the one for general purpose. So the acid free one is usually $10, and then that one, the one that I got, the general purpose one, throw them up the receipts, is $5.99, so I got it for $3. So not bad. I think that was it for my Michael's haul. So I think that I got a bunch of really, really great stuff and a bunch of new papers, so I can definitely start making some new cards and some new pop-up gift card holders and things like that for my craft shows. So I have plenty to keep me busy for a while. So the second thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about is Operation Right Home. Operation Right Home, I found out about it from watching a Jennifer McGuire video, and it's where you make cards for soldiers overseas and they can mail them home to loved ones in the United States. So they have certain topics that they want you to stay away from, and certain times of the year that they need more cards. Obviously, Christmas time they'll need more holiday themed cards, and there's a schedule on there for when you need to mail the cards out. So I thought that, and there's two different women that you can mail them to. All the information is on their website, operationrighthome.org. And one of the things that the woman, there's two women, one that does cards from the West and one that does cards from the East. And the one from the East said she needs a lot of thinking of you kind of cards. So I came up with two different designs. One I've already posted to Etsy, and you might have already seen it on here. The other one is a brand new one that I worked on last night. And the first one is just a note to say hello. This stamp comes from the Hero Arts Kling typewriter stamp set. It's called My Type. And I just used just a note to say hello. Just use that. And then I used the notebook folder, the embossing folder that I have, ran that through the Cuttlebug with a white piece of cardstock, and then took some Stormy Sky Distress ink and ran over the edges to give it a little bit more depth. So especially since it was on a white background, so you could see it a little bit better. I used one of my Nest Abilities dies and cut out an oval, stamped the sentiment on, and then I have a really small Recollections hole punch, and it's a heart punch. So I took a strip of red cardstock that I just had lying around and punched out a bunch of hearts and glued it down. I made sure I stamped my sentiment off to the side so there'd be room for the heart. And then just glued it down to a 4 by 5.5 inch card base. And the inside's blank so that the soldiers have as much room to write as possible. The whole back is blank with the exception of my stamp. The one thing that they do ask you to do is they ask you to stamp it with Operation Right Home. You can send away for a stamp. They give you free stamps that are unmounted red rubber stamps, and then they want you to put that on the back. So I'm also going to put that on the back before I send them off. So I do have to wait a couple weeks before I send these out. And then the second card that I came up with is this To Perk You Up. This coffee cup is from the Love You a Latte collection, Cricut cartridge. And then the background is a piece of Recollections tan paper that I just took the coffee bean stamp that I have and just went along the background and just made a coffee bean background. And then to perk you up, that was a stamp from another stamp set that I have lying around. I'm not sure who makes this one, but I did get it from, I believe, Michael's. So use this stamp to perk you up. And it says STM. I don't know what company that is, but it looks like that's the company that made them. So it's from this stamp set. And then I just took a piece of ivory cardstock and used my gingerbread ink pad, this one, the Versamagic gingerbread ink pad, inked up my stamp, put it on, put the sentiment down, and then used tea dye distress ink to ink around the edges. So I did make 2 of those. So those will be sent off. I probably will make more. I just didn't have time to cut out more last night. I just wanted to get the sizes right and make sure that everything fit on the card before I made more than a couple of them. So if you guys are interested in participating in Operation Right Home, go to the website operationrighthome.org. All the information's there. You can sign up to be on their mailing list. You can sign up for their free stamp, and you can start making cards. They just ask them to be adult appropriate, not anything for mommy or daddy or things like that. You can send stuff to mom, like a happy birthday mom. They do ask for Mother's Day, Father's Day, things like that. But it's not like they don't want any cards that say to daddy, because it's coming from the father, not going to the father. So there are restrictions and rules on there. Oh, and real quick, this is the coffee bean stamp that I use for the back. But again, everything is listed on the website, so feel free to go over there and check it out. And if you're interested, definitely participate. I think it's great. I love giving back, and I just think that this is a really cool way to do it. So, now the last thing I want to show you is a way to use the Stampamajig with a clear stamp. The last time we did it with a red rubber stamp, and you basically can do it the same way. And most of the times you can see through the cling stamps, or the clear stamps, good enough to just place it down over top if you didn't get proper inking on the first one, on the object the first time. However, this is my business stamp, and it doesn't always stamp up perfectly. There's a lot of things cling to it. I have to clean it almost every time I use it. It really is more of a pain. I really need to get a new one, but this is what I have for right now. So I was watching somebody's video, and I can't remember who it was the other day, and they actually use this for a clear stamp. And I've done it where I've accidentally put the clear stamp down, and I thought that I put it right on top of the image, and I've actually smudged it, or came out double lined, and so it just looked really bad. So I just want to show you. So if you're stamping this down, I'll just use this as an example. This is the back of my card. If I'm stamping it down on here, and I placed it down, and I think that I haven't gotten a good enough impression, here you go. What I would be to take the tool and place it on the top of the acrylic block, just like you would if you're using the red rubber stamp with this. Take the stamp off, and you can see from my thing that I didn't get a good impression. So what I would do is ink up the stamp again, and then place it down, and it would go right back over top of where your stamp just was. And that way you can make sure that you get a really good impression. So if you have a stamp like this that you know is complicated and it doesn't always stamp really well, you definitely can use this, and then just use the corner of your block instead of using this plastic piece to guide the stamp back to where it should be. So just another little tip with the Inkadinkado Stampamajig. So I just thought that I found that helpful, so I thought that if anybody else, I would pass it on just in case anybody else didn't know that already. So I know this video was kind of jumbled, and it was a bunch of different things between the haul and the Operation Right Home and the Stampamajig. So hopefully I made sense in everything that I said, and thank you guys for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye!